I'm starting to hear rumors that the season's not going to start on time, Joe.
I heard that they're cutting some of the preseason games out, a couple of games actually.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't be surprised, and I think it's going to be based upon, I guess, when you have guys coming out and practicing and stuff like that, and seeing who's getting sick with corona, who's not, seeing how well they're able to bounce back from it, the quarantines that could possibly happen. It's gonna be interesting because there's so many players on the field at one time, and you cannot social distance in football. I'm sorry, you cannot social distance.
You cannot. So, to me, I think the NFL is trying to hide in the bushes while all these other leagues are getting their butts kicked. Right? The NFL now is COVID is outside. COVID is the bully. COVID and his boys are beating down the NBA, the NHL, the MLS, and Major League Baseball. And big bad NFL is inside looking out the window like, I'm not going out there. I've seen players that are saying, actually, I read a comment from a NFL GM who said that there has been no communication with the NFL in terms of COVID, and they don't know what's happening. Right? So, just like I was pessimistic about baseball, and I'm still questioning what's going to happen there, we have to take note that Harvard and Rutgers today said that there'll be no classes, that only online. We'll have to take note that these colleges in the North are not going to operate under the same rules as the colleges in the South. Football players, 22 on a field at the same time. 13, 14 or 15 of them entangled together in piles. Are they going to be at home like an MLB situation, or are they going to be in a bubble? We've heard nothing from the NFL on any of this. And the clock is ticking. And I feel like they don't know what they're going to do.
I don't honestly even feel like we know where the games are going to be played. We have a schedule, but stick to the schedule in all these different stadiums. I don't know. How do you do it? Because I even heard they were saying that the Raiders, the who was it? The Rams and maybe one other team were talking about possibly sharing the stadium out there in Vegas. And so right. I'm like, I don't know how you're gonna do it.
That's the Raiders, the Rams, and the Chargers.
Yeah,
and that's because of California's shutdown. So
there's a lot.
That's the perfect example. We don't know what's going to be happening in October. Right? What if California gets hit again and California houses 3 teams? New York, 3 teams.
And the same thing, when you talk about college football, the SEC, I know they're going to try to roll forward, but what happens when half of Auburn's team has corona this week?
Right.
Or Alabama. You can't calculate that stuff. So we just have to wait and see. I said sports will roll on, and if the backup players can
I feel like football, because this happened in the spring, it broke in the spring at the end of the football season. Football's just been sitting back like it's all good. By the time September come around, we'll be good. September is right around the corner.
This whole thing is so unfortunate too, because it's so crazy that sports is so important to us that we're trying to bring it back during this. But it would be such a great distraction for everything going on. Come home after work or after whatever you're doing, watch a game, get your mind off of the news for a little while, for a few hours. So it's something that's needed, something we need and we want. But you're putting these people at risk just for people's really entertainment. So it's just, sports has become such a big, important part of our lives in this country or around the world. And we're trying to bring it back during this pandemic, putting these athletes at risk for our own entertainment purposes.
Well, they are getting paid.
I feel that.
Yeah, they are getting paid.
See, he's the one. See that?
I mean, I'm just saying,
that's the attitude of which you speak.
I got a $50 million contract on the table. Of course, I'm going to come back and like, what do we say? And then if you don't play, you also have to remember, just like your job, if your job is unable to handle business, they make cuts. And so what you're going to see is your salary go down. You're going to see that the ratings go down. So therefore, the contracts dip a little bit in how lucrative they are. And
they're getting paid to play sports, not to play sports during a pandemic. It's a little crazy. Like you were just talking about before, how in your job they were making you do things that was outside of your role.
I agree. Yeah,
but you can also say you were getting paid.
Yeah, but I wasn't getting paid $1 million. If you told me it was $10 million I make this year, I would probably be like, man, I don't know if I'm going to do it. Now, here's the thing. If I had money in the bank, I was a millionaire already, then I'd be like, just like Mike Trout, I was like, I don't have to do that. I can skip a year. I can do it. Who is a team that he's playing for going to get mad and say, you know, we're cutting you. You can't play here anymore. He's too good.
Right.
So a player like LeBron, those type of people that are trendsetters, they do what they want. And so that's what you have to kind of weigh out. And the guys that would be like the lower tier guys that don't make the big money or they're not the face of the league, they probably be more prone to play. And then again, some people just want to get out the house. They're like, look, I'm tired of being stuck up in the house. Let me just go play ball. So.
Yeah, I think we should get ready for all of the bad NFL news. And I wanted to read a quote from Sean Doolittle that got a lot of attention on Twitter the last couple of days in response to what Danny said about sports being a place of refuge. It reminded me of what Sean Doolittle, the Washington Nationals relief pitcher, said. And I quote, "Sports are like the reward of a functioning society." Right? And the context behind that is, in my opinion, that everybody wants us to go out there and play, right? But it's like this is not a comfortable context for people to actually do that in. So if we're not functioning normally, this was set up as part of a normal function, not for something to be a distraction for you when times are tough, because that is actually felt by everyone. It's not like times are tough for you and easy for them. It is difficult for them too. They have family members. They have people at high risk. They have pregnant wives. They have babies. So I think he's trying to just bring a little context, a little to people with that tweet.
Yeah, I get it.
It's so easy to forget. It's so easy to forget that these guys are people. You know what I mean? Like, you're used to seeing these athletes and performing at this level, and they're your entertainment, your escape, your everything, and it's easy to forget they're people with families and everything back home.
I don't know if they're my everything. That's
no.
But I do like watching them play sports.